Alrighty. We are here to do some calcing. If you guys are in my Discord server, you should already have a bare idea of what the calcs will look like for those units. Those equips are for the Annie units from the anniversary battles for Kaiku, Gohan. I don't think there's anything for the Trunks, but these units look pretty good. From what I've seen, these look, well, I wouldn't say pretty good. I think Kaiku is the only one that looks actually good. The other two are interesting and pretty niche from what I've seen so far. So we're going to do some calcing just to verify this is the case. And then I'm going to go ahead and probably call this stream from there. Now, I will most likely be trying to look and do... I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. Like I'm thinking eventually I do want to get back to normal streaming in terms of the Rose Moss Zoo stuff. I do want to finish that off. Yeah, I do eventually want to get back to normal streaming, at least maybe once or twice a week. We will get back to that in a bit, but for now, we are here to calc these units. For those who have not seen it yet, this is for you guys. I also just like to make a video out of these calculations. So for me, even though I have an idea of what these calcs should already look like, I still want to do this just to get the video out of the way so people who have not seen these calcs yet can at least get an idea. Now, I'm not using those calcs that I submitted onto the Discord as reference. I am going to do my own calcs from scratch. So everything you're seeing on screen right now is going to be calcs done by me, by my hand, just so that we can get there. So let's go ahead and get started. So Kaiku is going to be the first one we're going to work on here. Kaiku is the one that impressed me the most based on what he was doing. I am using the stats of the Kaiku I have right now myself. This Kaiku is 100% with some equips. So if you're looking at the screen right now, you are going to see that. Now, I will not be looking at the chat too much to start with. I'll kind of go back and forth. Gazar, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you for stopping by. Yeah, just take a look. Let's take a look here. So, first of all, I want to hear your guys' impressions of these units first. If you have not looked at calcs yet, just, you know, I think a general consensus is these units are pretty, on paper, look a little underwhelming. And I think you are correct in terms of, well, it's hard to say. I mean, like, I do think Kaiku is pretty much the best unit of the batch by almost a mile. I do worry about the Gohan, and I do worry about the Trunks. So the SA and USA is similar than Go. Yeah, I saw those attack raises. Those do help this Trunks a bit. Those defense raises will help him out a bit. I think a lot of these people just think these EZAs are trash, and I just do not think that's the case at all. I think a lot of these are really good. I think these guys are really, really good super EZAs. EZAs and super EZAs. I don't think they're generational. I don't think they break the game. I do think they are overall good EZAs, though. I do think the overarching theme should be these guys are really good. So let's go ahead and get started with Goku. So he starts off for 7 turns. He has attack and defense up 159%. Oh, really quickly, that's the reason why I pulled out Kaiku. I need to pull up his linking partner we're going to use for this video. I would imagine you're probably going to run him on like Daimaku's team. If you run him on Daimaku's team, there's not really a linking partner, as you can tell here. There's not really anybody here. I mean, you have All in the Family. Who has that link? Let's see here. Let's try to figure out who we're linking him with first, because again, if you're running on Daimaku's team, you kind of want to get an understanding of what you're doing here. Clearly, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power are always going to be activated because of that, and you might only have those 2 up. I mean, maybe Sand Warrior Race is either the new LRs on that. No. Okay. I guess we're calcing Kaiku with 2 links. Eek. That's kind of tough. I won't lie. That's pretty rough in terms of links. I mean, correct. Yes, his best linking partner is Ulton, but I'm not linking him with Ulton. The only reason why I'm not going to is because look at the categories, and I don't have it on screen. I don't have the calculator on screen, but Pure Saiyans, there's the mini Forku if you want to run him there, which you can run Ulton with him. Goku's family, you can run Ulton with him. But I do think it makes more sense to do it with somebody you're actually going to run. So for this video, we'll give them 3 links. We'll give them All in the Family, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Just for this, because they're not all in the family, experienced fighters, right? Is that what Piccolo's on? Yeah, Piccolo's on that. Okay. We're not going to calc Kaiku with All in the Family. I understand that's going to change his calcs drastically. I understand that 100%. And I get it. Ulton is his best partner. But also, it doesn't help him that most of his links are only really good on a full Goku's family team, which you can run. But I think it is important to note that if you're going to run him on Diamond Goku's team or anything of that sort, you really do need to calculate that. Again, we could calculate with Ulton, but I think it's actually better to go on the lower end of the spectrum, just so that you get an understanding of what he looks like without a crazy amount of links, especially because this guy really does not have a ton of great links. So let's see here, 35, about 50% attack. That's pretty impressive. 50% attack on the link, 0% defensive links, which will hurt him. 100% will hurt him. So, okay. 159% attacking defense. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what you guys are saying in chat real quick. Yeah, okay, yeah. If you guys want to reach me right now, the best way you're going to reach me is through whispers. So if you want to get a hold of me right now, I would use whispers. I will keep going back and forth between the chats. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you stranded. But if you guys want to reach me right now while I'm doing this, the best way to get me is through whispers. Okay, so 259 plus 159, so that's 418. So each of them right now, 418 starting attack and defense is pretty good. Not terrible. When attacking, he gains 100% attack. We will go ahead and just include that. Bro's here to just use ads. That's insane. All right. When receiving an attack, it gains 259% defense. Woo! That's a lot of defense, man. And then on top of that, for every attack received, you gain another 2. You only need to take 2 attacks for that. That's pretty good. So if you take just 2 attacks, sorry, I meant to bet 4. 3.1 mil defense with guard and 59% damage reduction. Okay, sure. And then that should be it in terms of his defensive side of things before we start doing supers. Let me verify his attack multipliers real quick. So, well, his EZA will change those multipliers. Does that show his multipliers on here? It probably won't. I can look at Ulton's. It should be the same. So with Ulton, yeah, about 620%. Oh, skip it at 630. It's about the same on the super attack multiplier. Okay. Yes, correct. So the full passive is when you, so it's 459%, but the actions for when you get hit, right? The key thing is for every attack received or evaded, that is multiplicative because you have to get hit in order for that to work. So the defense is multiplicative there, and then of course the 259% received is multiplicative, and then he gains the start of turn 159 and 259. Of course, by turn 7 you do lose the extra 159%, which we will calc as well.
The problem with Gohan and Goku is that they don't adopt him
Even super sick, I can make a kind of a Gasky stack if you get going against someone like a Rosemosu stage. Well, okay, so here's the thing though, which I will, first of all, in Rosemosu, he's fine because he has Ki Blast counters, which is, he has a 70% chance of doing that, right? He also survives KO attacks. So even if for whatever reason, he's gonna get one shot, he gets hit, he survives the attack, he gets to under 59% HP, which means now he has 80% dodge. So he has a lot of things in his kit that really do help you. Plus, when you get under 40% HP by the end of the turn, he recovers 59% HP. So let's say you end the turn with 1 HP, you're still going to recover 59% HP. And on the first time you do, it's full HP recover. So this guy has a lot of good things on his kit. It's a lot of good insurance for sure. Let's go ahead and look at his super attack effects. So on his 18 key, he greatly raises defense, which is great. So just 50% here. And then he greatly raises attack for 4 turns on his first ultra. So we'll put that there. I think I changed it to 75. I don't know what this does, but I'll just do it for funsies. Okay. And then it greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. He also heals HP 10% per each super he does on the 12 key, which is also really good. So far pretty good. Okay. And then we need to pull up his attack. So when he gains attack 3 times, he'll have multiplicative 400%. So let's remove this because this is just a number that's kind of in the way. About 50 mil supers, pretty good. He can super how many times in a turn? 1, 2, 3, right? He can do 3 supers a turn. Okay. So let's include that. He does 3 supers. All right. Cool. All right. So all these numbers should look about the same. There really isn't going to change that much. The only thing that will change is once you get the other stack for a turn, you'll get about a 56 mil super there. Of course, numbers will go down. Am I missing something on the attack side of things? I think no. No. Okay. Okay, so now, yeah, I think we have it all now. Perfect. Yeah, his damage looks pretty good. About 56 mil supers is pretty good. I'll verify that is with everything though, right? Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's some decent damage from Kaiku for sure. Then you have, and again, this is that all his links up. I'm sure that goes higher. Let's add some links to him real quick. Let's add some more links to him just for the sake of it. 10%, 20%. Let's just add another 30% to the links. Will that change his number drastically? Probably. Yeah, I mean, it's about 70 mil supers if you do with that other links. So yeah, his links are going to matter a lot for him there. His active also, by the way, where's it at? Gives him crits for the turn, right? Yeah. So that's also something to note as well. Cool. All right. So offensively, he looks pretty cool. Nothing too crazy, really. He looks good. Just about it. What I do want to see, though, they did change that, huh? He used to get like certain effects for how many times he got hit. Kind of wish they kept that a little bit. I mean, they have it here, but I wish they had it like a different way. Like something more broken for him after he got hit like 9 times or something like that. That'd be cool. But most of his kit is really good though. I think for the most part, he looks really good. Let's add some defensive stacks to him and see kind of where he's going to land. So this is turn 1, turn 3, turn 5, turn 7. But on turn 7, you also have to remove, oh no, sorry. And then it's turn 9, and then you have to remove 159 here. So, or oh, just be 259. So with no defensive links up, on turn 9, he goes down to about 10 mil defense post super with 59% damage reduction on top of it. He also has survive KO attacks, and then he also has 80% dodge. Okay. It's pretty good, right? Am I missing something? Doesn't he have damage reduction? Oh, I'm tripping. He doesn't have damage reduction. Why did I think he had damage reduction? He doesn't have damage reduction. Okay. I'm just so used to every Goku having 59% damage reduction. It's just like ingrained into my brain that he does. So on turn 9, he loses guard, and then he loses those stats. 10 mil defense. Okay, so on turn 7, let's go back. Let's just go back real quick. So on turn, this is his max. This is his 7th turn. He has 12 mil defense, and he has guard. Well, with Cool Judgment up, what does that look like? About 15 mil. Zero % damage reduction. Guard, yeah. So let's try to use, what was this post super? He probably would eat a post super, right? No, he wouldn't even eat that post super. So he survives every normal in the game easily. Every normal he lives easily. Not an issue. Then he eats a super, doesn't die because of the survive KO. And then he gains dodge, and then he heals at the end of the turn. He also has a great chance of nullifying Ki Blast supers and countering him. You know what this unit reminds me a lot of? This unit reminds me of what Fizz Tanks is doing. If you guys have not used Fizz Tanks recently, I would recommend doing so. Maybe not in the newer content, but like try using Tanks in like Special Battle Rosmasu. You'd be surprised how well he does in there. The reason why they're very similar is because Goku, except Goku's just better, right? The good thing for Goku is he's not going to die to a normal. He's not going to die to a normal. He's going to eat a super no matter what. It doesn't matter how much damage the super is going to do. He will live one super. He's going to have 80% dodge after that. I would recommend full dodge on his Kaiku, because clearly defense doesn't really matter too much. I mean, I would run the equips he has, of course. I mean, the God equips will help. I mean, let me add the extra, what is it, 1,000 defense you could get if you get the God equips from the Whis event, right? It doesn't really change that much. I mean, it's 15,000 plus versus almost 15,000. And with guard, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're not surviving Battle Brawl, like you're not surviving the Gammas with the Kaiku at this point. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Kaiku looks pretty good. I thought he had damage reduction for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, this guy had damage reduction. Holy crap. If this guy had 59% damage reduction. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, clearly he doesn't though. So he's only stats and guard for 7 turns. His damage is good, but I mean, he's gonna eat Bio Broly normals. He's gonna eat Gamma normals, or like fully built up. So that is good, but he will not live a super. The good thing is he has to survive KO attacks, and then he goes into that. Now, the ideal scenario for this Kaiku, weirdly enough, is especially in that, like, think of the Bio Broly fight. Well, no, because you can't super once you get hit. Because I was gonna say the Bio Broly fight, for example, this guy's pretty good because you could throw him slot 1, get hit by the super, and then you go ahead and then you have the 80% dodge after, and then you just go from there. But only having 1 HP in slot 1 afterwards is going to be really tough because then you can't heal any of it. Kaiku only heals once he is done at the end of the turn. Of course, he gets supered, then he can super. It's fine. He gains 10% HP per super he does, so that is good. I think the Bio Broly is probably the only fight that counters this guy pretty heavily. Kaiku is really good in Cell Max. Kaiku is pretty good in Gammas. Kaiku is good in Rosemasu. I do like Kaiku. I think Kaiku is a good unit. I just think he's a unique unit because the way Kaiku works is like, he has the stats to tank. It's just like you're not tanking because of his defense. You're surviving because of his survive KO attacks and his 80% dodge and then his heals after. So you know, that's what I think about the unit. I just don't know. I don't know what to think of this unit. I'm really trying to, I don't know what to think. Like, this unit is almost designed to be a slot 3 unit, but what throws me off about this unit is the fact that he's a slot 3 unit that also doesn't support. And I think that's the thing that kind of sucks for Kaiku. Like, Kaiku should have been an orb changer. Kaiku should have given ki. If you're gonna be a slot 3 unit, you gotta support. You can't be a slot 3 unit and not do that. Because Kaiku in slot 3 is undefeatable. You're not beating Kaiku in slot 3. Kaiku wins you the game in slot 3. He's one of the best slot 3s you're gonna have in this game. The issue, of course, is that no, not necessarily. The difference between Kaiku and the 5 guys is 5 guys gives you support, 5 guys give you orb changing, but 5 guys cannot live a lot of the harder bosses we have right now. I ran him when I was doing the red zone reruns of stuff, and and the 5 guys were getting shredded in a lot of fights. Especially for a unit that really does want to play slot 3, which is the 5 guys on the Diamond team, it's just not great. But when you're comparing it to Kaiku actually can survive the slot 3 and slot 1 rolls very well. The only times you don't want to run Kaiku in slot 1 is if there's a boss that stuns you like Bio Broly, or there's a super that seals you, because you do need to super after you take that super in slot 1. Now it depends on the super, of course, because he can survive some supers. I mean, let's look at he's surviving every 10 mil super in this game. What about a 21 mil super? Yeah, he's still taking some damage from it, but it's probably around like an 18 mil super is when he can start tanking stuff. Let's see here. Not even an 18, so I guess a 16, 17 mil super. What's the point of a guard? I don't know. Anyways, so he can tank about a 16 mil super. That's his max. 16 mil is about as far as he goes. So yeah, but I think his mechanics of dodge, his mechanics of survive KO attacks does do him well. So I don't know. I don't really know what to think about this unit. I'll be honest. I really don't. Like, I'm not negative about it. It's just, He's very weirdly designed. Okay. Well, that's what I got for Kaiku. We're gonna work on Zehan in just a second. I'm gonna cut off the recording here. You guys are staying on the stream, don't worry about that. But for those who are watching the video on the VOD's channel, cutting it off and going to the Gohan one right here, right now.